Marcy Shoberg here. So I'm making this testimonial to expand on what I said at the end of Bill Kipp's extra of last year. We had just finished working on a 2-hour section and a trip through the gauntlet on defense against knives and other edged weapons, of course. So there was a lot of people there that were brand new beginners and hadn't had any or just 1 or 2 self-defense lessons before that, and they were saying how they enjoyed it and how exciting it was and how fast they had picked it up. Well, when it came to my turn, I explained how I have been teaching people, I've been teaching my students to defend against knives since I was 16, 42 now, so what is that, 26 years? Okay, now I've been teaching people edge weapon defense for 26 years, you know, and the first 10 years I just taught the same stuff my teacher taught, and it was like every finger has to be in the right place, every foot has to be in the right place, and any attack has quite a few different options for defense. And you know, after teaching that stuff for 10 years, I thought, geez, I am better at this than any of my students are, and I don't have any confidence that I would be able to pull it off if I ever needed to, you know. And so I started looking at the system that we taught and trying to work on how I could rearrange it and simplify it and teach it quicker. And you know, I've been practicing it myself 15, 16 years by that time, and you know, nobody's got that kind of time to put into learning to protect themselves from a knife. And even if they did have that much time to put into learning to protect themselves with a knife, who's to say they're not going to be attacked by somebody with a knife after they've had months of training or years of training and before they've achieved great proficiency with it, you know? So I tried to rework the system, and then I came across Krav Maga. And when I came across Krav Maga, I realized, hey, I can spend significantly less time teaching people how to protect themselves against edged weapons with this system. There's like 20 things that they need to learn instead of like several hundred things that they need to learn, you know, and I thought it was working pretty good. Still, you know, there were many of my students that I don't have proof, but I felt that they had a good chance of defending themselves if they were attacked by a knife. But some of the slow learners, some of the older people, some of the younger people, I wasn't really sure that you know, they weren't getting it with the proficiency I felt like they needed to get it with. Well, and then after training at the Extrav last year, and I saw the knife defense system taught there, in 2 hours, everyone achieved enough proficiency that I really feel they really had a real chance if later that day or ever again in their life they were in danger from someone attacking them with a knife. Okay? I mean, it is the fastest, best way to learn any kind of self-defense. So I hope you can make it to this year's Extrav.